friends, I hope you all are doing great. It is me, Nikki, here to share with you my purging tips. I did a video a few years ago on purging, but I get a lot of questions asking, how do I purge my home? How do I keep it decluttered? And kind of my tips. And I wanted to come and kind of give you an updated video and share with you kind of the things I put in place in my home to keep me under control. Because friends, I love Michaels, I love TJ Maxx, I love Tuesday Morning, Home Goods. And if I do not recycle my home and keep things moving, it will be a hoardersville. And I don't want that because that's just, frustrating. It doesn't feel good. And I want my home to feel inspiring and to feel good. So I have things that I put in place to keep me under control and to help me keep my home decluttered. And I want to share those tips with you today. So let's jump right in. Okay, friends, my first tip is to set limits. I have to set limits for myself. I love buying home decor items, home entertaining items, and you have to be careful because you can overwhelm your home with those things if you shop a lot. So one thing I do is I set limits for myself. I love opening any cabinet in my home and it looking extremely streamlined. It looks organized. That makes me inspired. It helps me keep things orderly because when I open these drawers and I open these cabinets, everything has a place. It really looks neat and clean, and it encourages me to keep it that way. But I do love buying those things. Like I love wine bottle stoppers. And so I have this box here which is closed off, which works great for me because when I open the drawer, I'm not seeing a lot of clutter, but I know that all my wine stoppers can fit in this box and I can't grow past this box. So once this is filled, I cannot buy any more wine stoppers unless I purge something and move it on to be a blessing to someone else. And then if I have the space, I can buy more wine bottle stoppers. And so that is the limit I set for myself. And I do that with all the things in my home, regardless of what it is. I have a place for everything. And that's what you have to do is you have to make sure that you start creating those spaces, that you have a space for everything. And then you limit the amount of space you have for it, as it fits your home. And then when I open this drawer, everything is neat because I'm just seeing these two boxes and I don't want to clutter it up. And I'm not a big fan of open storage, like just putting kind of where I can see everything. It's not that my entire home is like that. I do have a lot of open storage, but I tend to like to use kind of baskets and bins and things like that to organize because when you go in the spaces, it looks very neat and orderly, but you can still easily access and get to the things you need. But I have those limits, especially with my entertaining closet here. This is a closet that I specifically gave myself to put all those things I love to buy. It's like my little home goods. And I can't go past this. If I cannot fit the things in this closet where they're neat and orderly, I can't buy anything else until I purge it away. So set those limits. Okay, so the next thing that I do is quick purges. And if you're on my Instagram, I told you about how I was quick purging one day. And so what I do is I basically go through and assess the things I already have, maybe one thing a day, go through a basket and say, okay, let me do a quick purge. Take 1 minute, take 5 minutes to just do a quick purge, and you can help keep your home decluttered. For example, this is the bin that I have for all my napkin rings. I cannot go past this bin. If I want more napkin rings and they don't fit in this bin, I cannot buy them. But by setting goals like, okay, today is the day that I'm going to quick purge my napkin rings, I take 2 minutes max and I look through here and I kind of get rid of anything that I'm not using, and I get real with myself. Okay, Nikki, look at these napkin rings here. Yes, they're gorgeous, but when was the last time you used them? I was given these napkin rings 3 years ago and I don't even think I used them one time. I love them, but I haven't used them. Let me be real with myself. They're only a set of 4. Most of my table settings are setting of 6 or more. So realistically, this may not be one that I need to hold on to because in 3 years, if I haven't used it, why am I holding on to it when it could be a blessing to another family or someone else? So I'm going to get real with myself and I'm going to purge these. As beautiful as they are, I'm going to purge these. I'm then going to take the opportunity to look through here and organize it again because it's getting a little bit of a mess. It's getting where I've put things in here where I necessarily hadn't put anything in, needed to put these things in here. I used these for a party a couple years ago for my son. They're from Party City. I'm never going to do this party theme again. And if I do, they were 99 cents. I'll buy some more. I can pass them on and donate them, and maybe someone else is having a birthday party for their kid and they can purchase them for 20 cents. Who knows? But I'm going to pass them on to be a blessing because realistically, I'm not going to use them. home. These right here should not even be in here. These are little stones that I want to keep because I can use these around the holidays for invitations and things, but realistically they belong in my craft closet because I took the time to do this quick purge, I'm going to make sure they go in the right place, keeping my home in order, and then kind of doing these little quick purges and cleanups every day, one small project. It just helps maintain your home. And actually, this is like jewelry to me. I have fun doing these kind of things. So now I'm going to go through and just kind of quickly clean this up. Okay, my next tip to keep your home decluttered is recycle to refresh. Many of you know I love doing new projects and refreshing my home. I love for my home to always feel updated and new. Just like my wardrobe, you know, I don't have the same clothes from 1990 in my closet, so I don't want to have the same items in my home from 1990. I like to kind of continuously keep my home fresh and inspiring for me, and that's just my thing. You know, do what works for you, but that's just how I think. So sometimes I like to refresh my home, but that costs money. So what I do is I will sell the items, take those funds, and use that to refresh my home. So my sister-in-law, she hooked me up to this awesome company, and it's called Garage Sale. And what Garage Sale is, it's basically a family-friendly app for built-in, kind of like more for moms and women. 90% of their kind of usage is by women, and so I was like, this is kind of neat. It's a community of 1,000 local communities where you can sell and buy your items. It's safer than your average Craigslist or anything like that because basically it requires Facebook to sign in, so you have to use real names and profile pictures and things like that. But it's more of a community thing where it has rules and standards, and it's totally free, don't get me wrong, but you know, it seems just more friendly with it. And my sister-in-law made some good money and reinvested that in her home to kind of do some new decorating projects that she wanted to do. So when she hooked me onto this, it was so neat. And after she hooked me onto it, Garage Sale actually contacted me and wanted to work with me. So I was so excited about that because I was like, I have heard of you guys. I told them about that, about my sister-in-law and how she loved it. And then they were telling me all about kind of how they work and everything, and they wanted to team up with me, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this because this is a way that I can keep my home decluttered in a way that's fun. I can make friends, and you know, we can kind of do more than just kind of, you know, you want to buy this, you want to sell this. I'm kind of getting to know people, and people that are like-minded like myself that want to keep their home decluttered or want to get money to do decorating projects. And it's a great way to make friends and sell and make money at the same time. So I love it. And they have different categories from home decor to makeup to clothes, electronics, all kinds of things. I'll put the links in the description box below. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. I think you will love it. And so I definitely encourage you to do that and use this as a source to kind of make money selling those items that you purge in your home, and then taking that money and putting it back in your home on new refreshed items. I do this all the time, and it helps me save money and buy those things that I love. Okay, friends, my next tip, release the obligation. Don't feel obligated to keep everything everyone gives you in your home. A lot of times people give you furniture or things like that, or you inherit things and you feel like, out of obligation, I got to keep it in my home, but it makes you miserable because your home feels cluttered or it's an item that it doesn't fit your style. Don't feel obligated to keep it because the person that gave it to you, you know, if they truly love you, they don't want you to feel sad or feel decluttered or feel unhappy with things in your home. My mom gives me a lot of things, and I keep those things that I love, like this crystal kind of candelabra here. She gave me this, and I love it, and I can appreciate it because it's my style. I love it. When I look at my mantle here, I think of her, it makes me happy, but she's given me stuff that I have passed on to be a blessing to other families and things like that because I know she would not want me to hold on to things that make me unhappy. But there's so many people in this world that could use it, and yes, she gave it to me, but I made sure that it got into the right hands. And that's how I think about it, because I don't want to just hold on to things just out of obligation, because that does not make me feel good. And I encourage you, don't do that, because there's a lot of people that need things in the world, or that that you can make them happy by giving them things that were given to you. So I am totally for that. I don't get locked into feeling that obligation. So friends, I hope you have found my tips helpful. I hope you all are doing great. I'll see you at the next video. And let me not forget, if you're not a part of my Instagram, AtHomeWithNikki, definitely come join me over there. I love interacting with you over there, along with on my Facebook and Twitter. I would love to have you. I hope you all are having a beautiful week so far. I'll see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.